We got
Hello. How you doing, amigo? I pretty much just wrapped up my required activities for the day. I finished doing a whole bunch of paperwork shit I had to do. And what else did I do? Oh, I cleaned up my art area so that way I can start painting again. Things had gotten a little crazy. Because I had printed a bunch of stuff and like was using the area to clean things and sand things and all that. So I'm feeling a little rough today, but well enough to make it through. And now I have pain medication. So hallelujah, you know. Things are going all right. I have to go to the pharmacy today. And I'd like to do the cat box. That's about that. Yeah. Hail Satan. But I've got 60 days to basically quit weed. That's the deal with the devil I had to make. I cannot gain something without losing something of equal value. I know, dude. I wish Michi would poop in the toilet, but then she'd meow at me all the time to like open the bathroom door and like I don't know. She'd be mad if the toilet wasn't clean or something. Yeah, flush it for me. There's poop in there. I want to play with the water. Flush it for me. I'm like, fucking goddamn it, kitty. Can't you learn to flush the toilet like a fucking decent human being? Today's been a slow one though. Not a lot going on Twitch. Saturdays are like that on Twitch for some reason. I still don't fully understand. Or maybe it's just that like less people who are interested in my content are around on Saturdays, probably because they probably are getting shit done, like errands and stuff during the day. Whereas the rest are all just fucking children. Yeah, they're playing games, they're running errands, it's a Saturday for normal people, and I don't really appeal to kids very much, so yeah. Yep. Yeah, I'm having some weird pains today, but I just took something a little while ago, so that should help. I actually have a few oxycodone I've been taking, because that'll give me extra tramadol that I haven't taken, which will be good to have. And I can't take these when I'm near the drug test, or they'll stop giving me tramadol. So I'm waiting for that. Waiting to get all murked up on my pain pill and then be a happy boy. No, a leftist intellectual vampire is not what the children want to watch on Saturday morning cartoons, apparently. Who'da fucking thought? Who'da fucking thought? I was just thinking today when I was starting the stream, I've been starting the stream straight into this screen rather than that screen. And I was like, man, I put a lot of work into all that shit for very little reward. But that's how it is sometimes, I guess, huh? And I still like it, and I like doing it for YouTube, and we're going to keep doing it for YouTube, but sucks that it wasn't an instantaneous success. What the fuck? Nah. We'll keep it going. But, yeah, no, that was on my mind this morning. I was like, man. I wanted to do a bunch of Halloween and political stuff. Things just didn't get, I don't know, planned out far enough in advance, I guess. So we've got a few interesting ones that we're kind of working on in the background, like a dive into Quora. That's a fucking weird ass place. It's like the new Yahoo Answers. And oh Lord, are some of those people very special. And now I want to do a dive into Reddit / small dick problems. Someone has to speak to our fallen kings. Dude, I guess I don't know if you were listening the other day when I was listening to some people talk about some posts from Small Dick Problems, is when I got this idea, because ooh boy, some of them. But the one that really stuck with me is, I'm a 6'6" jacked black man with a 4.5-inch penis fully erect. I want to kill myself. And I'm just like, oh my god, dude. Dude, I'm so sorry. It's like, what am I even sorry for? I'm sorry that, like, this thing has ruined your confidence, not necessarily that this thing has happened to you. I'm not sorry that you have a small dick. I can't be. I'm sorry that the world has made you hate yourself for having a small dick. These guys are so upset, and some of them too are not 6'6" jacked dudes. And so, like, some of them are like, I'm a 10, take off my pants, and I'm a 2. And it's like, oof, all right, dude. That's a big drop, first of all. Second, is it really that bad? They think it is. They really think it is. They think this is the whole thing ruining their life. And so we're going to investigate. We're going to do an investigation into these small dick kings. Not all towers need be 20 feet tall. At the end of the video, we'll go and we'll do a couple posts from our big dick problems. Just for any of our SPs in the audience. Oh, SPs. Small penis men. They have their own acronym for themselves. They're SPs. I actually kind of think I want to do a few deep dives into some things that have always interested me that aren't like super intellectual topics. So one was when all the furries switched from loving Tony the Tiger to Chester Cheeto. The legend as I know it is that a bunch of furries kept posting on Tony the Tiger's timeline on Twitter. Like, Tiger Daddy, I want you to eat I want you to eat Frosted Flakes out of my asshole. And Tony the Tiger started banning all of them. So a bunch of furries were like, what the fuck? Tiger-san is banning us. Why? Tiger-senpai, why? Why do you abandon us? And Tiger-senpai said nothing, but issued more bans. Then, from the shadows, someone super cool emerged and said, I love everyone, no matter how furry. And then the furries turned and saw their new savior, Chester-san. Chester Cheeto-san. Cheeto-san. Cheeto-senpai. Okay, so if we can, like, deep dive into this and pull, like, the full narrative out, I feel like I can get a good video out of that. I might have to, like, start doing edited YouTube videos. But we'll see. We'll see what comes. I don't want to. I like my long form fucking... Nah, I'm never going to do edited videos. Fuck that shit. People don't want edited videos. You kidding? People want to put on an 1.5 hour long video and then go take a shit. Yeah, no. That was something that happened. I'm really fascinated by happenings, which are things like that, where it's like you had to have been in the know to have even known that this happened. And, like, it really affects nothing outside of itself. Like these weird little, like, pocket universe stories. I used to know more like offhand, and I can't think of any right now, so I'm gonna have to really like remember at it. Fucking Chester Cheeto, dude. He would be like, that's cool. I'll eat Kellogg's out of your asshole. Hell yeah, I eat ass. What is my logic? Callie, you don't work on logic. So when I took logic, we had to do these puzzles, and they would be called someone's world. So Samsy's world, Dater's world, Vinma's world, and they were all made up gibberish names. Bimbo's world, Glimglom's world, shit like that, okay? And you'd be looking at what looked like a chessboard, and it would say, it would give you a block, a sphere, and a pyramid. And it would say, all pyramids are to the right of all blocks. All blocks are above all spheres, and all spheres are to the left of any pyramids. So you'd then have to drag these items onto the chessboard and arrange them in such a way that you met all criteria of that world. All these are to this position of all that's. Callie's world looks like a fucking Escher painting, okay? It's like it's Salvador Dali melting clocks, dude. There's no abandon all hope, ye who enter here. There is no guiding principle going on in there. You have to have, okay, here's the thing, right? All right, guys, let's talk about some philosophy. So everyone has what are called a priori principles, which are things they believe to be true because they are true. For example, it is good to be good, or that's tautologic. It helps you if I am good toward you. Yeah, right? There are people who believe, for example, it hurts you if I am good towards you. Right? Because they hold some other a priori belief that that weakness is the worst thing. So if I'm good to you, you might end up weak, and therefore I should not be good to you. Right? So then you're like, why are you so mean to your son? Well, because if I'm not, he'll grow up a softie. So your a priori principle is that the worst thing that could happen is that your son is a softie. So all arguments descend from that principle, right? So you have to have these initial, values where you think that this is good because you believe it is good. For example, I believe that, okay, here's an interesting one. Which do you think is more valuable, knowledge or choice? For example, if I give you unlimited choices, but you don't know what's behind any of the doors. Or if I tell you what's behind every door, but you're only allowed to open one of them. In which world have you been better served? There's no right answer to this. Everyone will answer differently on it. Well, duh, it's a 50-50. Of course, everyone will answer differently. Like everyone in the world is going to choose the same answer. That'd be stupid. Anyway, that's what makes it an a priori position, is that you don't have arguments to support it, really. It just is the case for you. You think that thing is good. Why? Because this, because this, because this. The thing that is at the end of those whys and becauses is what we need to find out, right? So different philosophers have posited different ways of getting to which a priori statements are true, or which ones they believe to be true, right? So you have like Kant. Kant believed that we should work toward the good. How can we define the good? Well, I can say two things, and I can express that one of them is better than the other. So if I keep doing that, eventually I should figure out which thing is best, right? So if I say, it is good to be helpful, right? Well, it is not good if I can't help everyone. So the good must be infinitely available. That which is good must be that which can be provided to everyone. That which is good must be something that we cannot diminish, right? If it runs out, then it wasn't the best thing. There's something that has more good than that thing. It should not require further explanation, the good itself. So when you reach it, you should know it. And there's all these different things. This is actually what my first philosophy class was. I had to memorize every single line of Kant's argument, and it was insane. So, eventually, the last two lines of the argument are this. The good must be knowledge. When you acquire knowledge, you can share it infinitely. It never runs out. It doesn't cost you anything. It just is that thing that is the best thing. When you start fucking weighing everything against one another, knowledge is the best thing. So knowledge of what? Knowledge of a thing is limited by not being knowledge of something else as well. And therefore the best knowledge is knowledge of all things. And knowledge of all things is knowledge of God. Wah, 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 wah. Sorry, Kant. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out. You were doing so fucking good, Kant. You were doing so good until the right fucking there at the end there. You just spilt the whole. I mean, I get it, right? The knowledge, right? Like, and if you follow the logic of how I've been, weighing each thing that I've brought up, like, okay, knowledge of what? Knowledge of survival, knowledge of history, science, medicine. What knowledge? All knowledge. What is infinite knowledge? Omniscience. What is omniscient? God. However, Kant, you dumb little fuck, you swapped something here. You swapped something. Knowledge of the infinite is not knowledge of God. God is inherently limited. Because you could not have heretical knowledge. You could not have knowledge of atheism. You could not know things that are not God. And to know those, you must be able to cancel out knowledge of God. Sorry, buddy. So fuck off. So his a priori principle was that the good is good, and we should find what is best and seek to spread that. So he worked to try and figure that out and do that, and I disagree with him, but hey, he did that much, right? So then you have someone who I totally fucking agree with every one of his statements lockstep, which is Friedrich Nietzsche. right? So Nietzsche's a priori principle was this: God isn't real. There's nothing but dirt, and humans are animals. From those, you can deduce all things about this universe. And fuck if I don't agree with all that. Like, he comes around to things like, okay, why do we not lie? Because it's bad? For who? For the one being lied to. So I don't lie for your benefit? Why do I care about your benefit? Because it might benefit me. So I choose to lie or not lie in my own benefit. You're irrelevant. And if I choose to not lie because I'm afraid that it's doing bad, that's you imposing your law into my mind. And that's you tricking me into weakening my position in the game by giving you information when you are totally willing to lie. In fact, you should assume any given person is willing to do any number of evil things, because they have, and they will. And so, by acting totally out of self-interest, you actually see a very close depiction to how society behaves. People don't share information just because. People are told not to lie because you don't want to be lied to. People are told not to be not to kill because you don't want to be killed. So you are imposing all of these morals on other people. If you are free of these morals, what does that mean? I only don't kill because it benefits or doesn't benefit me. Not because I care about if you live or die, or if your sanctity of life or your desire to live. Only because it benefits me do I not kill you. How does it benefit me? Well, I go to prison if I do kill you. So, and if, let's say that was removed, I still got to do all sorts of shit. You know what I mean? I got to, like, actually kill you. That's effort. I might want to do something else instead. And that seems to be how humans fucking behave. They kill each other all the time. They don't go around spreading the good. It may be good to know, but that's not how humans behave. Humans behave in violent self-interest. And imagining there's a God that put morals in people creates a different world than the one I'm looking at right now. People would all be behaving very, very differently. And the only way I can explain this world is to say humans are animals, there is no God, everything is self-interested. Yup, pretty much. He had this argument, right, of like breaking the social contract. The social contract is you don't kill me in your sleep or in my sleep, I won't kill you in your sleep. In fact, if you watch over me in my sleep, I'll watch over you in your sleep. Sound like a good deal? Cool. The social contract is what we all agree to without ever really needing to agree to it. We all just agree to not hit one another or give up the right to be hit or to not be hit, right? If I punch you, you can punch me. This is the social convention. That's what, throw the first punch. Throw the first punch, motherfucker. Right? So, the Übermensch, the Superman, is one who, the social contract is, I don't lie to you, you won't lie to me. But what if I had a superpower that allowed me to always know the truth? Do I care if you lie to me? No. I don't care. You can lie all you want. I always know the truth. So then why would I not lie to you? I don't gain anything out of this contract anymore. I always know the truth. So what's going to benefit me most moment to moment is if I lie to you or not, because there's no punishment anymore for lying. So the idea is that a person who is completely free would have to be someone who is, you know, basically got superpowers. But if Superman showed up, is he beholden to any of our morals? All of our morals are based on the idea of golden rule. Do unto others as you want done unto you. Well, Superman doesn't give a shit. Shoot nukes at him. He doesn't care. So why would he not just do whatever the fuck he wants? So, if you're really good at lying and reading people, you don't owe anyone the truth. If you're good at manipulating people, you don't owe not manipulating them. And that's something that, like, is weird because in that world, I choose to do good anyway. Not out of fear, like, oh, if I don't do good, Callie's gonna beat me up, but because I actually believe we get a better world. I get a better world to live in if I'm good to you. And I can tell you why I think that. But it has nothing to do with, like, the good for you. It's entirely self-interested. Hello there. So from that point of view, I really like it. I really have always liked that point of view, where it's like, if you're doing good or bad, it's entirely out of your own the atheist conundrum. Exactly. Yeah. Like, why be good if there's no judge? Well, because it's actually really good to be good. Sam Harris? Do not follow what this dude says. He's a fucking moron. In every way but one. He says he's solved the is-ought problem. Okay? The is-ought problem is this. Things are this way, right? How should they be? Why should they be like that? That's the is-ought problem. Things are like this. This is the way things is. This is the way things ought to be. If you can connect those, you are the most famous man who's ever lived, or woman, or other. So Sam Harris likes to say that he's done that. I think it's Sam Harris. Fuck. Sam Cedar? Sam Harris? It's Sam Harris. So the thing that he's actually done is gone through for several different moral kind of conundrums and shown how, by using game theory and choosing best for yourself, we generally can get moral behavior. Generally. He's wrong. But he's got a great idea, right? Which is just that, like, okay, so game theory. All right, this is the best one. It's the prisoner's dilemma. Callie and Beard, I capture both of you after you rob a bank together. And I tell each of you, look, if you sell your partner out, I will let you go. Now, I don't have enough evidence to fully get a good sentence on you. I can get you both put away for 2 years. But if you sell your partner out, he goes away for 5 years and you don't. You walk free. What should you do? You don't know what your partner will pick. I've put you in different rooms. If he sells you out and you sell him out, you're both going away for 5 years. If neither of you talk, you both go away for 2 years. If one of you talks and the other one doesn't, 5 years and 0 years. What's the right choice? Well, by adding up the values of all those scenarios, right? So one of you goes to prison for 5 years and one of you goes to prison for 0 years. How many years of prison are served by the pair? 5. Both of you sell each other out. You both go to prison for 5 years. How many years are served by the pair? 10. Neither of you say anything. You both go to prison for 2 years. How many years are served by the pair? 4. So what's the best answer? What's the answer that gives you and your buddy the best chance of going to prison for the least amount of time? Neither of you talk. So the fact that there is a right answer means that there is an ought. Here's what you ought to do based on what is. Yeah, you got it. You got it. And that is, like, game theory is the closest you can kind of get to real human behavior. Philosophy tries, but they are just muddled in what ought to be. Game theory goes, this is the best thing. Here's what people actually end up picking. Here's another weird one. Pick a number, but no. I'm going to ask everyone to pick a number between 1 and 100. I want you to pick the number that you pick between 1 and 100. You want to try and be as close to half of what everyone else picks as you can be. So if you think everyone else that I ask this will choose 100, you should choose 50. If you think everyone I ask this of will choose 50, you should choose 25. If you think everyone I ask will choose 25, choose, 12.5. What's the right answer? This one's tricky. The first answer, this actually is what opens up nth order logic, okay? So first order logic, choose 25. Right? You run the problem out one step. I have been asked to choose a number between 1 and 100 that is half of what I think everyone else will pick. Actually, no, I think you just go 50 in first order logic. Second order logic is to say, I think other people will think of that and choose 50. So I choose 25. Third order logic is to say, I think other people will think both those things and end up, everyone else is being asked to pick half as well. Yes. So you're trying to think how many steps everyone else will take this puzzle. So first order logic, people won't think about it at all. Second order logic, people will think about it. Third order logic, people will think other people are thinking about it. Zeroth order logic, I pick 0. The problem with my choice, okay, because that's my answer, 0. Oh, the answer is 0. If everyone chooses 0, we all win. Choose 0. But the problem is, people don't fucking choose 0. So what most people say is 12.5. 12.5 is what most people, after thinking it out, will say. Because it is half of what they think everyone else will think is half of the answer. They'll say half of 100 would be 50, so If other people are choosing half of the answer, they'll say 25. So my answer is 12.5. And therefore the answer... wait, no. The answer is 12.5. So most people choose 25. That's what it is. Okay, yeah. Most people are second order thinkers. 12.5 is, yeah, I think I'm pretty smart. 0 is, I figured it out, guys. Please listen to me. Please. And no one does. So, that's like a big issue between is and ought. Okay? And that's an issue in game theory. The fuck kind of howl was that? In game theory, people... Oh my goodness. You're asking what the best choice is, not what will people choose. What will people choose is sociology. What's the best choice is game theory. Why did people choose it is psychology. And what should we be choosing is philosophy. I don't know. I just feel like philosophy is pretty dead. It's a great subject for what it contains, but it's almost like, and I know someone could argue with me about this, but like how painting is a complete subject. We know color theory, we know perspective, we know temperature, we know materials, we know, like, I don't feel like there's anything left to discover about painting. And if there is, it's so niche that its utility is very, 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 very limited, right? So, like, I feel like philosophy is a pretty fucking complete subject. There's just, it's now politics. Now we've gone into politics and game theory. What's the best choice? Like, choose a number that you're trying to maximize, and I can give you the best choice for that. You're trying to maximize, you know, the number of widgets the company makes. Here's how you do it. You want to maximize the number of years each employee stays with that company. Here's how you do it. You want to find the crux between the two. Here's how you do it. And like that kind of shit is still useful, but now it's just like, well, do you give people healthcare or not? And the answer is obviously yes. I see a lot of people in the example I mentioned earlier, which was it's bad to be good to people because it will make them into bad people. Being bad to people will make them into good people. Because if I'm nice to you, you'll become spoiled and privileged. But if I'm mean to you, you'll become generous and kind. Yeah, it's a weird fucking... And it's so weird. And that connects to what I was saying during the debate where I was like, Trump is part of this group of people that cannot see the world as having good agents in it. So anytime you are good to Trump, he has to believe this is a ruse. You are trying to trick me. Because that's probably been the case for him. Is that, like, no one's ever probably been legitimately nice to the guy. So he doesn't think that. So he hears Biden saying these things and he hears lies. He hears someone pandering to the audience. And so he says that and then also panders because that's the rules of the game, right? And that misconception is something I was trapped in for a very, very long time. I remember being at a store and someone came up and was like, "Hi there, how are you doing?" And I just kind of looked at him and was like, "I'm all right." Like, "Is there anything I can help you with today?" And I was like, if there was, I'd ask. Oh, Okay, well, let me know. And my girlfriend was like, why are you like this? I'm like, what do you mean? She's an employee. They are here to do a job. I'm here to shop. If I need information, I'll ask you. I'm not here to chit-chat and drink coffee. And it was very much because I grew up in a household where we were mean to one another because we thought it would make each other stronger. And so I just saw everyone as being selfish actors and agents. And so if you're trying to talk to me, you're trying to manipulate me. Unless I asked you a question or something. And hello, my lovely secretary cat. How was the rest of your shift last night? But to go all the way back to the top of the stack, Callie, if you want logic, you're going to have to choose a framework, some rules from which all other decisions will be based. And when you've figured that out, then your decisions will be logical because they will follow a set of steps from some idea. Yikes. That sounds like a mess. What do you do in that scenario? When you are doing something that would involve the computer, do you just write it down and then enter it when the computer comes back up? Like what a store does to keep selling shit? I need water. Okay. Are you writing those things down anyway because you guys have paper files, or did you guys get rid of that? By the way, I applied for food stamps again today, and I have got to say, the new website they have was very nice. It automatically loaded in everything about me. I just hit next, 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 probably about 50 times. However, I don't think I had to enter anything. So that was great. They stopped my unemployment payments and then restarted them. So I think they're going to send me a new card. I don't know. Very strange stuff. So I guess it's time to make sure I empty out the other card. Just start taking it to the ATM every day and pulling out the max of whatever's on there. So both of those got done. I just need to go pick up my prescriptions, and my day will be completed of all necessary tasks except for the cat box, which I will do. Yeah, I don't, dude, so when I got that card, it had on it the money from previous weeks before I had applied. Cool, great. So a week after I got it, I woke up and I checked Reddit, and it said hundreds or thousands of unemployment receivers wake up to see their accounts empty. And my fucking whole being just fell out of my asshole as I'm like, no. Did they fucking give me that money for a week and then wipe it? Did I fuck up by not immediately going to the bank and pulling out every penny? Thankfully, this was not the case. I was okay. It was actually people who were receiving regular unemployment didn't get it that week because of some issues. What in tarnations? Now what have you got now? Hell. Oh, hell. Now, what do we have going on right here? How y'all doing, Loco X-Ray? Well, we got to talk now. Now we got all the way back. Now, in the beginning,
our Lord, great Satan, he did create a wonderful place for us to party. I was talking about, unemployment. But that was really just me catching up on my bullshit. Aside from that, let's check the Reddit news. Let's see what's going on in the world. Hey, Reddit. Yes, and welcome. Hello. I'm kind of sad. I met some cool new people last night. And they didn't throw me the follow. Trump's doing a good job with that. Yeah. I love being told, hey, no more unemployment benefits until after the election. Good fun. Great. Good time. Fauci says it might be time to mandate masks as COVID-19 surges across the U.S. Aren't we already mandated to wear fucking masks, or is that a statewide thing? I don't know. Fuck. Fauci? Okay. I know I've heard it said a million times. I don't know why I mispronounced it, and I don't even know what I actually said. Fauci? Fauci? I don't know what I said. Fauci. U.S. breaks daily record for coronavirus cases. Hey! The surge is here, baby. Delta adds 460 passengers who refused masks to no-fly list. You don't get off that shit. There is no fucking appeals court. All right? A government agency just paid a record $114 million to an anonymous whistleblower? That seems very vague. Article says that the SEC fiercely protects the identity of whistleblowers. Later on, it says the whistleblower previously reported the info internally. It seems to me it wouldn't be difficult for the people involved to figure out who it is. Weird. Dude. Okay. My buddy and I invented a game, okay, called Beyblade's Bottle Smashers. All right. I don't know if you've ever had session beer, but on the bottom of every session bottle cap is a card symbol, so that you can play poker with session bottle caps. So here's what you do: you take your bottle cap, you challenge your friend to a Beyblade Bottle Smasher challenge. You choose which bottle cap you're going to use. You spin it, and they hit each other. And then they fall, and whoever had the highest value card wins both the Beyblades. Now, you may say, then why did we spin them? Well, because then it wouldn't be Beyblades. Then you might say, well, how was it Beyblades? And I'll say, because we spun them. I was very drunk, and I really wanted to play Beyblades. Beyblades was on every morning before I'd go to work at like fucking 4 in the morning, and I'd just be like, okay, what? Huh? It would be Xavier, Renegade Angel, and then Beyblades. And I was more confused by Beyblades. Xavier at least made sense and was funny. Postal Service awards $5 million contract to Postmaster DeJoy's former company XPO. Hey, we knew that was going to happen. Dude, I'll put on season 2 tonight. France deports Bosnians who shaved daughter's hair over a love affair. You can get deported for that? Portland president Duda? Poland president. Okay. It's like Portland doesn't have a president. Feds has Corona. Feds charged alleged Boogaloo Boys member with rioting. Guy was also simultaneously texting with a man who murdered a Federal Protective Services officer in Oakland. Federal authorities have charged a Texas man with alleged ties to the violent Boogaloo Boys, anti-government extremist movement in connection with violence in Minneapolis following the killing of George Floyd. Authorities say the shooter walked towards the camera, high-fived another person, and yelled, "Justice for Floyd," highlighting the connections to the broader movement. A police clashed with protesters. Hunter and other members of the Boogaloo Boys discussed in private Facebook messages their plans to travel to Minneapolis and rally at the Club Foods across from the 3rd Precinct. According to federal court documents, one of the people Hunter coordinated with posted publicly to social media, "Lock and load, boys. Boog flags are in the air and the national network is going off." 2 hours after the police precinct was set on fire, Hunter texted with another Boogaloo member in California, a man named Stephen Carrillo. "Go for police buildings," Hunter told Carrillo, according to charge documents. "I did better, LOL," Carrillo replied. A few hours earlier, Carrillo had killed a Federal Protective Services officer, according to criminal charges filed against him in California. The alt-right is killing cops? So is this like some false flag shit they're doing? Or what the fuck is this? Let's look up the Boogaloo Boys. The Boogaloo movement, whose adherents are referred to as the Boogaloo Boys, are loosely organized far-right anti-government and extremist political movement. As a militia, adherents say they're preparing for or seek to incite a second American Civil War, which they call the Boogaloo. Consists of pro-gun, anti-government groups. Specific ideology of each group varies, and views on topics such as race differ widely. Some are white supremacists or neo-Nazi groups who believe the impending unrest will be a race war. There are also groups that condemn racism and white supremacy, although attempts by some individual elements of the movements to suppress anti-racist groups and movements such as Black Lives Matter have been met with weariness and skepticism, as researchers are unsure if they are genuine or meant to obscure the movement's actual objectives. The Boogaloo movement has primarily organizes online, and participants have appeared at in-person events such as including anti-lockdown protests and the George Floyd protests. Heavily armed, Boogaloo members are often identified by their attire of Hawaiian shirts and military fatigues. There you go. So it's some more fucking Turner Diaries bullshit. I don't know if you guys all know what that is. I'm sure Beard does because I know he's a big Last Podcast nerd. But Turner Diaries was a book that was all about the race war, and that Timothy McVeigh? I think it was McVeigh, right? Read it and got all obsessed with it. But you can find a lot of Turner Diaries propaganda in far right. Yeah, dude. It really is. It is what, like, it's, you know how To Kill a Mockingbird has like the legendary status of that it could make you a murderer, but it isn't. Like, that's actually what That's actually what the Turner Diaries does. You read it and you become a racist. You just do. It's very strange. Funny how this guy did things Antifa and BLM are blamed for.
Interesting.
Idaho County drops mask mandate despite warning of overwhelmed hospital. Say goodbye to your friends in Idaho. I honestly hate that I make these macabre jokes. But I don't know how else to handle this kind of information. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, Beard. These men with machine minds and machine hearts. That fucking speech just sits with me all the time. I think of it all the fucking time. Like I don't know why. I don't know if it's like an acting thing, like I want to memorize it and perform it or something. I mean, I could just for fun, you know what I mean? I could just do it. Just go somewhere and film myself fucking reading off the whole monologue like performed. There's no reason I couldn't. Oh, yikes, sister. That's not good to hear. First-time buyers feel pandemic-related surge in gun sales. That's spooky. Georgia teen apologizes for plot to kill black churchgoers and is sentenced to time in juvenile detention. No, but you can shoot people who are fucking dumb. Can I get the virus from a corpse? If you have COVID and I shoot you, but I'm outside of 15 feet, and then I approach the corpse, and it is no longer respirating, I guess the odds would be pretty low, but they have spit out anything they've spit out, I guess. So again, wear a mask, people, in case you get shot. You don't want to give more people COVID. While we are angered and frustrated by this incident, we do not hold hostility against this defendant. While she apparently hates or hated us, we do not hate her, and we do not wish to nullify her future, and do not give up on her. God damn, dude. Why are black churches actually Christian? It bothers me. Black people, like especially older black people, act like actual Christians, like how Christ wanted them to act, and it freaks me out because it's like, you don't live in that society. You're getting fucked. Stop it. I don't know. Maybe it still has something to do with what we talked about before with like church being special in lower income communities. Like it's held in a different kind of reverence or something, but like first ever giant murder hornet nest in U.S. found in Whatcom County. It's a complicated issue, very complicated. It seems like it. It seems like there's a lot of factors going on there. It's almost like how like people, so many people who have ties to Mexico are Catholic, but like act like they are actually afraid of demons and spirits and that there are saints watching over them. Like, these people act like they believe their religion. And I have so much respect for that. Really. Like I've said before, if I ever fucking converted, I'd be the most fervent priest possible, because I wouldn't do it unless I actually believe there's an omniscient fucking being watching my every move. And if I believe that, my life would be very different. And a lot of these people live very much that way, at least as much as their education allows. Because there's some stuff that they don't do, like wearing mixed fibers and stuff that I don't even think they know about or could change. But like, they really seem to do their best in these cultures to adhere to their religion. Christianity was able to take hold in all the counties that it did was to integrate local beliefs. Yeah, absolutely. Christianity was very much used as a weapon of it's the Great Replacement, right? Like the Great Replacement in opposite, when we were like, if we turn them all Christian and impregnate a bunch of them, maybe we can get rid of black people. It's a very strange thing. Like, yeah, the integration thing, like, and they didn't even want to actually integrate as much as they just wanted to. They didn't want to integrate the people. They wanted to integrate the culture into black society. They wanted to like very much inject black society with Christianity, and it's fucking weird, man. Oh yeah, Catholicism. That's one of the ones that has some of the like most distinct sects from itself, because, and I think this might be true with other things, because the rules are so complicated. If you change the rules, the practice becomes very different. So it's still Catholicism. It's just we changed these 3 rules, and so our rituals are like this. We do this other prayer. We don't talk about that saint. Like whole other fucking sections of the building almost. Catholicism is one of the ones that I really hate. You know, I hate all religion, and I straight up will use the fucking H word in its full meaning. I have a hatred for the concept of convincing someone of untruth intentionally. But I do respect people who actually believe. More than believing, you have to live your beliefs. If you believe you are being judged, act like it. Fucking act like it. And my whole Mormon family very much do not. Scientists capture world's first 3,200 megapixel photos. Jesus Christ. Yeah, the weekend warriors, weekend saints. What is the term? There was a term for this. At least 19 women allege medical abuse at ICE detention center in Georgia. Fukushima water release could change human DNA. Navy aircraft crashes in Alabama. Supermarkets in Wales have cordoned off non-essential items. Shoppers are furious. Beautiful. Put them away. Put that shit away. And make it so that people are not going to the fucking store to get hair dye like I did. White supremacists behind majority of U.S. domestic terror attacks in 2020. I need to save this fucking article. I need to save... Right-wing actors were responsible for 41 politically motivated attacks, while far-left actors were responsible for 12, according to analysts at the Center for Strategic and International Studies, who've assembled a database of domestic terror attacks going back to 1994. New data stands in stark contrast to claims made by Donald Trump and Justice Department officials who've responded to massive protest against police and violence and racism by arguing that left-wing violence is a major threat and that anti-fascist or Antifa activists should be designated as a domestic terror group. Some shit about the Boogaloo. Okay. All right. This part's good. The 11, I'm going to exclude words that I feel like sensationalize things, all right? The 11 incidents analysts coded as far-left political violence included the burning of a police department precinct in Minneapolis, attempts to set police cars on fire in New York City and Tacoma, Molotov cocktail and other incendiary attacks on government buildings in Portland, and a few other places, and an assault on a Democratic state senator who was filming protesters tearing down statues in Wisconsin. These are 11 non-fatal incidents out of 12 incidents reported as left-wing extremism. Out of 41 incidents reported as right-wing extremist motivated, non-fatal attacks included a knife attack that wounded 3, a shooting at a shopping center in Arizona, multiple terror plots by a neo-Nazi group trying to instigate a race war, and several threats and violent actions linked to the QAnon conspiracy theory. What I'm hearing is one group is very mad at the government. The other group is just doing wanton violence in every direction. Attacking people, attacking shopping centers, attacking just random shit. Mad at the government, but like the left-wing political violence was all aimed at government or police. All of it. Not fucking attacking Asian people and shooting as part of the misogynistic incel movement. Like, fucking what? The New American Foundation, a liberal think tank that maintains a database of fatal domestic terrorism incidents since 9/11, agreed with CSIS that the Portland shooting should be seen as an act of far left-wing terrorism, but categorized the Kenosha shooting as an incident of far right-wing violence. Interesting. So they say the left one is terrorist, the right one is just violence. Terrorism is meant to instill fear. When I think of a terrorist attack, I think of an attack that perhaps doesn't even hurt that many people. Very well could. Yeah, he did. I don't think of assassinations and destruction of property. So when one group is literally aiming at trying to get another group of people to stop, like, protesting out of fear of being hurt, that's terrorism. And when the other group is destroying property to try and have a government policy changed, I just don't see it as terrorism. I mean, I guess you could say they are doing it to make people afraid that they'll keep doing it, so the law has to change out of fear. I guess. I don't know, man. Worldwide corona cases 41.9 million. Death toll at 1.1 million. Yikes. Attorney in Portsmouth, Ohio, charged with human trafficking. But I used to work for a computer shop in Portsmouth, and we handled his computers. This was 10 years ago. All of his office employees were his clients, usually prostitutes that he defended that worked there to pay off their debt, which in itself was not a bad thing. It allowed them to make money and stay off the police's radar. But it didn't end with them working in his office. He became their pimp. Some of them disappeared. He's not exactly discreet about what he did. I remember him offering to pay us with other services instead of cash, which we politely refused and told him we'd bill him. Everyone knew what he was, and the fact that he took it this long is disgusting. For the immediate reply, so wait, you knew and didn't do anything? Police knew and didn't do anything. Everyone knew. It's been ongoing for years. Intent to harm large swaths of people, unlike the far right groups. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It very much is that. The left wing, is not trying to hurt people. Yeah. Yeah, dude. You're just fucked. Although, here's a question I have. This is tough, okay? Let's say you do go to the cops. Who could be charged with what and what could actually be proven? Wouldn't you have to be able to prove that he attacked you with a knife? And also, I mean, even if he said you're a prostitute, like, wouldn't the cops have to catch you doing that to charge you with that? I guess I'm just confused on how those laws work. Faulty U.S. COVID-19 response meant 130,000 to 210,000 avoidable deaths, report finds. Walmart files lawsuit seeking to prove its pharmacies are not responsible for opioid crisis. I would not think they were. I would say if anyone, it's the drug company, right? Because they're the ones who try and convince doctors to actually prescribe the drug. Pharmacy just fucking provides what's ordered. Possible admittance to me having done a crime and then being injured by another person who was also participating in a crime. So how do you know this guy? I don't know. I just met him and we were gonna bang because I thought he was cute, and then he started trying to attack me with a knife. She's a prostitute. Of course he'd say that. He tried to fucking kill me and he's trying to get off with it. Purdue got marked with an $8 billion suit? Interesting. Huh. Judge drops third-degree murder charge against former officer Derek Chauvin in George Floyd's death. He dropped the one charge that wouldn't hold up in court out of 9. So there are still 8 charges, 2 of them being second-degree manslaughter and the second-degree unintentional murder, both being higher charges. Okay. Coronavirus pandemic is causing unacceptable shortages in U.S. drug supplies. Meanwhile, fucking Trump saying everyone can get remdesivir or whatever the fuck he took, Regeneron. I do know that. I do know that, sister. That's why I always mention the concept of the less dead. Because I think it's a very poignant set of words to describe what that means. They're like, prostitutes and minorities are just less dead than white women. I was muted. I was saying I would like to put in some time on... Oh my god, these dice are adorable. They're cat dice. Look at this. They're cat dice. Happy kitty. Kitty butt. $80. Glass dice. Oh. Oh. Ooh. Ooh, wow. These are beautiful. Damn it. I shouldn't be doing this. Okay, I'll get you the link. I mean, they're beautiful. That color, you know I love that kind of color. Iridescence. Oh, wow. Really zoom in on these bitches. Yeah, these are great. I like, I was looking at this other set, though. I think these are really pretty. I just like the symbols a lot. This one says yeet. Hold up, guys. I rolled a yeet. There's someone's real picture of the cat dice. They look great. And that they let light pass through is really cool. That's like really fucking cool. I don't think I've ever seen that. Wood dice. Oh, interesting. That's fucking cool. Like, that's just really fucking cool. Custom order. Custom font style. Oh, cool. That's fucking awesome. $100, but yeah. You could do some real cool shit with custom orders and like house rules and stuff. What the fuck? Hi. Here, check this out, Vacant. Okay, so I said I was going to put in a little bit of time on one of these games that I've been given to review. So how about we do that? Okay, changed to the game. Let me make a post on Twitter. Let me get my... They give me specific hashtags and stuff they want me to use. Honestly, I really like this system, and I feel like I'm part of something. Like, I feel like I'm doing something now. I'm like, I'm reviewing a game. My keys. Crown trick. Oh, I got on the other one. No. This one doesn't. Cool. That happens sometimes, Callie. Not that much you can do. Not much you can do, my friend. Okay. What was that? That looked cool. No. Kitty. Audio output capture. Yeti capture. Gonna go speakers Yeti. Gonna turn that off. Switch the sound source. So we're gonna play Crown Trick. Crown Trick. I was given, I don't know, like Jesus Christ, this is loud. Oh wait, I shouldn't change it there. I should change it over here. Okay, so Crown Trick is interesting. It is a roguelike, and you are a single person, and anytime you move or attack, it already was. I did it. I did it already. So is the title. So I go to sleep at a desk, and that allows me to enter the dream world, where I'm trying to fight bad dreams. It's kind of really... I don't even know how to really explain this game very well, but you'll see pretty quick what it's all about. Okay. I'm going to take Trickster and Fire Breather. No! I can't add them both? I only get one of those? Okay, so every time I move, they can move. We all move at the same time. Yeah! Cool! That's exciting. So it is strategy oriented, obviously, as I have to choose what my actions are going to be, where I want to move, all that kind of stuff. I like these steam pipes. D&D battle stuff. Steam pipes. Uh-oh. Oops, didn't mean to use that. This does nothing for me right now, but that's the only one that actually helps me at the moment. You hear the sound of a panting. A creature lies prone on the ground, a skinny battle horse with a long, thin tail. The horse has many injuries, including a magical silver arrow stuck in its flank. Its reins, tightly tied, have left deep, bloody wounds on its body. Looking into its eyes, you can feel its pain. Can you save it? Take out the magical arrow. The elixir cures the wounds. Take off the reins. You don't feel qualified. If I fail, I reduce my health by 40 or 60. Jeez. 80% failure rate, 40% failure rate. Requires skill power at 150%. What does that mean? Fuck it, let's try it. Oh, I can't do it. Okay. We're gonna use my elixir on it. And what did I get? Reduce lava damage and restore 8 MP each time you take lava damage. Well, great. Now I don't have an elixir because of that. I'm taking the elemental power. I like my magic abilities. The controls are very smooth. I mean, like, yeah, it's just instantly responsive. I mean, it's not like a super fast game, you know, like Fury or some shit where I'm like needing super precise controls, but it's fluid. I hit a button, she moves. Let me see, can I use my controller? Hell yeah, I can. Cool. All right. Okay. Weapons gotcha station. Normal attacks will be boosted according to the number of gold. I banned something? What does that even mean? Ban that. And then spin. Not enough gold. Fuck. Fuck this. What have I done? Oh, fuck. Yeah, no gotchas today. Fuck. Alright, I gotta use the mouse. This is called Crown Trick. Each time I move, they can move. That's basically what you need to know. Yep. Yeah, that's what made Rogue Rogue, right? Was actually that. Huh, that would have been useful to do. Fucking gotcha machine. cool. I get my other fucking spells. Yeah, a kid could get into this, but it also has like, I don't know, like, it's not exactly easy. Ow, the fuck? Where did that guy go? Fuck. Yeah, I'm gonna get fucked up. Fuck. Whenever your attacks hit, there's a 10% chance that a spout of water will be summoned, dealing water damage to the random target within a 5x5 area around you and leaving behind a water tile. Sounds pretty cool. Uh-oh, boss time? Oh, I beat the boss of this level, so I don't have to fight it again? Some mango pineapple smoothies, huh? Oh, shit. Ow! Dickhead? Oof. Oh! What? I think the animation looks really nice in this game. I don't have shit. Back into the dream world. I didn't get enough crap. Yeah. When hitting two enemies at once with this weapon, attain an additional attack on the enemy 2 tiles away. For each defeated enemy, gain 8 attack per stack, max 3 stacks, consumed on dealing normal attack damage. Interesting. Yeah, let's do that one. I like the gun. It's usually pretty useful. I'm gonna take fire breather. They just kill themselves sometimes, you know, because they're dumb.